Magic 95.1. If you got to be to work by 8 o'clock, you're running late. Quick, get in the car. You can drive this morning. 7:59 at WAJI, Fort Wayne's Magic 95.1. And this Magic 95.1 news and information update is being sponsored by the Armstrong Diamond Center in Glenbrook Square. Nothing says love like diamonds from Armstrong.
We have mostly cloudy skies, 67 degrees. I'm Ken Owen. Magic 95.1 news and information. Now let's go to Becky Kelly and the Magic Eye on traffic.
Well, while you're cruising out and about today, look for some construction on the bypass. They'll be moving around. In the eastbound right lane just east of Speedway Drive, that lane will be closed, along with the eastbound right turn lane east of Parnell, and also the striping crews will be out giving us some new lines on the bypass. Otherwise, there's no accidents. Condition green at the top of the Fort Wayne National Bank. This is Becky Kelly with the Magic Eye on traffic.
Political leaders in the Fort Wayne area say they only expect about 25% of Allen County's 151,000 registered voters to cast ballots in today's primary election. The polls opened about 2 hours ago. They're open until 6 p.m. On the ballot, nominees for the U.S. Senate, House of Representatives, and state and local races. Ohio has a hot race for the Republican nomination for governor. 5 candidates are vying for the GOP nod there. A freak accident has left a Grable woman in serious condition. Rosa Zier went into her basement last night to get a can of peaches. She lit a match to see where she was going, but unfortunately earlier in the day, her 2-year-old son had opened a spigot on a gasoline barrel and gas had seeped into the home's basement. There was an explosion and Mrs. Zier suffered burns over 25% of her body. She's in the burn unit at St. Joe Hospital this morning. This just in, a Soviet investigator says the scope of the Chernobyl nuclear accident was underestimated at first. The head of the Soviet committee investigating the April 26th disaster says 100 people were initially contaminated with radiation and that the accident's probable cause was a chemical explosion. There's word West Berlin police have arrested 3 more people in connection with last month's deadly bombing of a nightclub in that city, but police refused to comment on the report by a German newspaper. World leaders gathered in Tokyo have wrapped up their economic summit with a commitment to improve the currency exchange system. They've also agreed to hold world trade talks aimed at improving the climate for U.S. sales abroad. A Fort Wayne man who abducted his wife in January has reached a plea agreement with prosecutors. Yesterday, Charles Roy pleaded guilty to abduction, confinement, and to hitting his wife. In return, several charges, including attempted murder, were dropped. He faces 13 years in prison and will be sentenced next month. Once a week, Governor Robert Orr visits an elementary school to see how Indiana's Project Primetime is working. Project Primetime is a program designed to reduce class sizes in the early elementary grades. Yesterday, the governor stopped by the Indian Meadows Elementary School here in Fort Wayne. And he says from all indications, Project Primetime is making for better schools and better students.
The end result, which is what we're all seeking, is that we have kids that learn more in this kind of environment, and I hope that as they proceed on through the rest of their years of education, they'll be able to learn more and more simply because of the good basic start that they've had.
The state has commissioned Indiana University to do a study on the Primetime program. Orr says he's confident that study will show that Primetime is a program that needs to be continued. After 4.5 years, J.J. Jackson says he's had enough. The video disc jockey says he'll be leaving MTV in July to pursue other interests. MTV has begun searching for his replacement. Who are the sexiest single men of 1986? Well, according to the Hollywood Bachelorettes, they include Barry Manilow, Clint Eastwood, basketball star Ralph Sampson, TV's David Letterman, and Sting. And Lee Tobin was not on the list this morning, folks. Sorry, Lee. The Bachelorettes have just released their list of the sexiest singles, but Lee, I believe you're spoken for anyway.
Yeah, I'm not eligible, so there you go. I would have probably not shown up anyway.
There's a real ring to Hollywood Bachelorettes, though. All kinds of visions dancing through your minds. I don't know. Bikinis and things. It's 8:03. We have a beautiful day in store, and Magic 95.1 satellite weather is next.
It's that time of year again. Spring sale time at Armstrong's Diamond Center in Glenbrook Square. And Armstrong's has a very special collection of diamonds, gemstones, cultured pearls, and men's jewelry specially priced to save you money. You'll save 30% and more on engagement rings, solitaires, pendants, earrings, bracelets, and so much more. That's right, savings of 30% and more on hundreds of beautiful jewelry items perfect for every gift-giving occasion you may have coming up. Armstrong's makes it easy to save with convenient credit plans, including a 10-month interest-free charge. And of course, there's never an extra charge for lovely gift wrap. So don't miss your chance to save 30% and more on fine jewelry at the spectacular spring sale, now going on at Armstrong's Diamond Center in Glenbrook Square. After all, spring only happens once a year, so don't miss this spectacular spring sale going on now at Armstrong's Diamond Center in Glenbrook Square.
Magic 95.1 exclusive satellite weather. Lee wasn't on the list. At least he has an excuse, though. I wasn't either, and I'm single. Today, partly sunny and breezy. A 40% chance of afternoon showers or thunderstorms. Our high today will be in the low 80s. For tonight, a 50% chance of showers or storms, a low in the upper 50s. And then for tomorrow, partly cloudy, a 20% chance of showers. The high on Wednesday in the mid-70s. Right now, mostly cloudy. We have 67 degrees at 8:05. I'm Ken Owen. Magic 95.1 News and Information.
There he is, living proof that ugly people can get on TV. Sorry, just kidding, bud. 5 after 8 now, Magic 95.1, playing favorites of yesterday and today.